Tim Walz was on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and it was a fantastic overall appearance. I really recommend you check out that interview. Tim Walz is a pro, but Jon Stewart does press him here on the Kamala campaign's welcoming of Dick and Liz Cheney's endorsements.
The Cheney thing, do we really have to do that?
Look, it goes broader than that. Look, Bernie Sanders, Dick Cheney, Taylor Swift.
No.
That one. Oh, the shooting?
No.
Having the Cheneys on board?
No.
I love how Tim Walz tries to go into the campaign focus group answer of Dick Cheney, Taylor Swift, and Bernie Sanders, but Jon disrupts it and brings it right back to the actual question.
You can't Dick Cheney or Taylor Swift. No.
We're a big tent.
What country did Taylor Swift get us to invade? No.
Yeah. No, don't you think, though, that, and I do this, I believe this, there is still a core group of folks out there that don't tread on me, the Reagan piece of this, the libertarian piece, but the constitutional piece.
Yes.
There are a lot of people out there. I think Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney give permission to those folks who want to find a reason to do the right thing.
These people do exist. And if you're a liberal or a progressive and you're wondering, like, why does anyone like the Cheneys of all people? They don't even represent conservative, whatever values. You don't know what voters are thinking. If voters are really deciding between Kamala and Trump, they are not very grounded in moral principle to look at the entire situation, obviously, if they don't have a choice made up in their brains. And progressives who have progressive values and real progressive values are not going to see Dick Cheney come out and say, oh, I'm not voting Kamala anymore because Cheney endorsed Kamala. No, if someone says that to you and they are progressive, they are lying. They were never going to vote Kamala.
It doesn't mean they agree with us. We're not going to take their foreign policy decisions and discussions, and implement those. We're going to take their
promise?
Yes, promise.
Any of those things?
Yeah. It's a stressful time.
It's a stressful time.
Now, that's a really fun way to break tension in the room, what Tim Walz did there. It's a stressful time, isn't it? That's just funny, Midwest dad energy. We know Tim Walz is like that. But when it comes to actual policy, when Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney are crawling on their hands and knees, begging Democrats to accept them at events, it's because they are all coming together to beat Donald Trump. Even how bad Liz or Dick Cheney are, they don't want America to become a fascist, authoritarian state where political enemies are targeted, where there's assassinations, where we have someone who wants to be a dictator, who wants to use the military against the evil within or the enemy within. They still don't want that. And they are politically motivated to win the Republican Party back. That's the only reason they are supporting Democrats. They are not supporting a party that is pro-LGBT, pro-anti-price gouging, that's pro-expanding Medicare to cover at-home care, that's pro-child tax credit to give working class families a boost. They are not joining this party willingly. They are doing it out of need, out of necessity. Democrats are in the power position. When Kamala says she's going to have a board of Republicans, they will not have access to any chambers of power. If anything, this is our chance to talk to Republicans like, hey, you know that ideology you've held on to forever, and the one that Donald Trump was easily able to take over with no experience in politics and turn this entire party into like the new American Nazi party? You know that belief system? Maybe your belief system when you said, Donald Trump took things a little too far. Maybe you being close to Trump's not very good, and we can open your mind to our perspectives a little bit more. And I think welcoming Dick and Liz Cheney, they're not being welcomed, okay? Liz Cheney's pretty popular. She's doing campaign events. I know Republican voters who are being moved by this. And like I said before, if any progressive says they are not voting for either side, they were never going to vote for either side, no matter what. They didn't vote for either side in 2016, in 2020. These are people who want to be loud. They want to be heard. These progressives do not really care about coalition building and political power. They care about hating capitalism, hating the system, more than they care about actually helping people and doing what is best and making pragmatic political decisions that might lead to some benefit down the road. So don't listen to anyone saying that they will lose support, that Kamala's going to lose support because Liz Cheney's campaigning with her. The opposite will happen. We're looking at voter blocks that are still gettable. Undecided voters and also these disaffected Republicans. And all of these groups are small. It's going to be a turnout election with the base, which is already going to be super motivated because Donald Trump is praising Hitler every second. But also, now we're having, as Donald Trump praises Hitler, now we're having even more of an ability to get these disaffected Republican voters. And I know personally some old Republican voters who are in their 70s, 80s, and 90s who are voting Democratic in a presidential election for the first time in their entire lives. And Liz Cheney has made it much easier for them to cope with. And that's all that matters right now, is defeating fascism. We wake up on November 5th and we start organizing. That's how progress is made. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, channel memberships are open. They start at $3. You get a special badge in the comments, highlighted comments, and also I will respond to everything, special emotes, special private chats to get more insight into my personal organizing life, maybe possible races I can run for, so you can support that as well with only $3 a month or higher tiers. That'd be awesome. But yeah, it takes a couple hours a day to make these videos. It'd be great to have your support.